All of our days go by in a normal manner, well up until there is news, an event, or information that changes everything. In this world, strange things happen all of the time, things that seem to come out of a science fiction movie. And today, you are about to witness something once again coming from the unexplainable. In the year 2014, a boy was born with an odd mark on his forehead. And today his birth is beginning to make sense to many. My name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present The Strange Boy, number 12. On November 11th of the year 2014 in South Africa, a boy was born that left a whole community perplexed. His name is Hanru van Niekerk, a boy who was found to be completely normal, said by doctors that have assisted him. Completely normal if it weren't for that odd birthmark on his forehead. Despite it being a simple birthmark, doctors and dermatology experts were left completely surprised, asking themselves, how is it possible that he obtained the shape of a 12 so defined? Surprised, they indicated that the probability of having a birthmark in this shape is quite unlikely. However, in the scientific field, the news comes only this far. A simply genetic abnormality. Everything completely normal. The strange comes in when the believers of ideas completely different begin to speculate that this boy was not normal and had a special meaning. You see, in different cultures, the number 12 represents different things. For example, in Christianity, the number 12 represents Jacob's 12 sons. They founded the 12 tribes of Israel. In Judaism, the 12 represents the corners of the Star of David. In Buddhism, the transformation process of human beings is formed by a wheel of 12 links. In the Norse mythology, there were 12 gods. Jesus had 12 apostles. Like this, we can introduce in every existing religion, and we will realize that in all of them, the number 12 is an important part of the basics. It's very noticeable that in mythology, as it is in religion, the importance of this number. For believers, this makes Hanru a sort of messenger or container of a special message. But if so, what does it mean? What is his supposed message? Up until science opened our eyes to the truth, people had an intense belief that birthmarks, like Hanru's, were a representation of past lives. Almost all ancient cultures, without even meeting, related birthmarks with this explanation. For example, if a person was stabbed in the chest in their past life, they would come back with the mark in the exact same place where they were stabbed. And this is what makes this case truly strange. The news of this boy and the relations with birthmarks have brought a very perplexed coincidence. There are exactly 12 cases, almost proven, of memories of life after death. The cases that raise most controversy in circulating the internet, presented as real cases, are exactly 12. It is true that there are more than 2,500 documented cases, but of all of them, these 12 are confirmed to be most likely true. But how can something like this be confirmed? You will see. When a child is less than 5 years of age, some say to remember past lives. They begin to give details, places, data, names, and other types of information. When all this information given is checked, it's added to probably being a real case of reincarnation. The most relevant cases in history of reincarnation are shown in Dr. Jim B. Tucker's book, Life Before Life. Dr. Jim B. Tucker is a recognized medical director and professor at the University of Virginia. He investigated, spoke with, and documented more than 2,500 cases of children assuring having memories of past lives. To not make this video too long, I will mention only 6 out of the 12 most relevant cases, according to this doctor and other investigations. Dr. Ali Lash, who is better known for her medical work in Gaza, documented a case of a 3-year-old boy who said to have remembered how he died in his past life. He says he died after someone attacked him with an axe. He informed the people of his village where his body was located and the place where the weapon was buried. After an intense search in their surroundings, a body was found with a short puncture wound to the head. Even the axe was found. The Polak sisters were twins that suffered a tragic accident when they were run over by a carriage. Years later, their parents had another pair of twin daughters. When they visited their old house with their new daughters, they seemed to remember every corner. They even developed an inexplainable phobia for carriages. Semih Tutusmas was born in a village in Turkey. As soon as he was able to speak, he wouldn't stop saying the name Selim Fesli, a man who had died from a gunshot. At the age of 4, he went to Fesli's home and told Fesli's widow, "I am Selim, you are my wife, Khatib." He remembered intimate details of his life and the names of their children. He also identified the man that shot him. Dr. Jim Tucker from the University of Virginia studied the case of James Leninger of Louisiana, whom at 2 years old began to have nightmares of an airplane crash. The specialist thought it was normal since he spent most of his time playing with airplanes and drawing them. Later, the nightmares became more frequent and began to repeat the name Natoma. After an investigation was done about it, it was found effectively that in World War II, there was a pilot named James Houston Jr., whose airplane was shot down after lifting off at the USS Natoma Bay. This case also appeared on my previous video. Jeffrey Keene, Assistant Chief of Retired Firefighters, felt a very strange emptiness when, as a tourist, he visited the place of Antietam battle from the Civil War. The strange thing about the situation took him to investigate more about this place, until he came to the picture of General John B. Gordon, whom had died in this battle and was freed in this place. This general was identical to him. Lucas was 2 years old when he began to say in various occasions that he was Afro-American and had black hair. When you would call him by his name, he would say it's wrong, that his name was Pam. Later, with the passing of time, he would mention Chicago and a fire. The parents, unsatisfied with what the psychologist would say, they began to search on their own with their son's clues. And that is how they came to an Afro-American woman by the name of Pamela Robinson, who had died in 1993 in a fire of the Paxton Hotel in Chicago. When they showed him the picture, he said, "That's Pam." The story of Lucas was told by the program of A&E under the name The Ghost Inside My Son. The mediums have also echoed other cases like the one of Cameron Macaulay, a case investigated by Dr. Tucker and managed to be on the British Channel 5 by the impact of his evidence. Each of the 12 cases possess harsh evidence that have shuddered the scientific community, whom don't know what to believe. The consequences that are abysmal, so much that for our logic it's tremendously difficult to believe that it's a simple coincidence. However, and due to that these type of things can't be proven through a scientific method, each one of us is left with the judgment of our own beliefs. What do you believe? Could this child's birthmark be some sort of message about an important discovery that we should do? Could it mean that things like life after death, the reincarnation, could be incomprehensible reality? Or on the contrary, is it just a mark that will disappear soon? Write to me in the comment box. Due to this video has come to its end. My name is Leonore Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.